are back from a commercial break. Now, umesema that ideal, the keyword was in an ideal environment, it is very easy to start a business and run one. Now, as you can see yourself, the environment is not very ideal. What do we do? What do people do? Because we still have to eat. You know, we still have to pay our bills. So what do we do in an ideal environment?
Wow. You know, in every situation, there's always a silver lining. And I'll say this with a lot of respect that not everybody is formed to see light in any kind of darkness. There are people whose value is greater than circumstances, greater than whatever. Even if they are taxed 90%, they never know the price of fuel or bread, or even going to a hotel and looking for menu first and then looking for what is that? Unaangalia price kwanza and then unaona kama ni there's that group. They're very few, and that is the place I'm challenging myself to be. And I'm speaking from a point of when you have understood who you are and the greatest value, and by the grace of God you have noticed or you have discovered a great need that you are supposed to address. Doesn't matter. You still make more money because wealth is making more than you're spending. If you are making 1 million but you're spending 2 million, you and somebody who is jobless are the same.
You are poor.
You are poor. So by the end of the day, and this is a place of going to God. Let God in you help you understand that kind of a space. That this is what God has called me to do. Despite the ground, you are able to address a very specific need, and God is going to give you, not even God, every value is rewarded, whether people like it or not. Every value is rewarded, and you be wealthy. Now, the next category of people are those who, I don't know by what circumstance, that somehow they are limited by so many obstacles. So many obstacles. And I'm saying this with a lot of respect that it's not easy to start when things are hard. I'm saying this with a lot of respect. I'm not saying to tell people that when you struggle to start something that you are bad or you're not thinking enough. It's hard. The place of struggle when you feel like you have no other support. When you go this corner, you are being chased away. When you go to government, even they are charging you more than profits in terms of regulations and all that. That's not where the government comes in. And ideal government is supposed to give us an enabling environment. I cannot even talk about the government employing people. It may not. But if you give us favorable taxes, if you give us security, if you fight corruption, you become an example. That is not the kind of environment that right now we are talking about. But as I've said, despite all this, there's a category of people who are not stopped by this. But because 80% of people are bound by this, I am championing for a good governance system. I'm championing for a new Kenya where people can be responsible enough to know that if you are given some work to do, you are there for a time.
And do you think it's the thing that has happened with our it is phenomenal. The groundbreaking revolution that has been started by Gen Zs, as we are calling ourselves, because I'm part of them. But do you think that realistically, if we come back to ground realistically, is it really possible to restructure our whole government system?
What?
A whole system attitude, because what we are saying by corruption, because kama we ni corrupt, unless you change, unless you want to change, What if I don't want to change? Now, me as the person, because we said power for the people, so it's unless we as the people come and now change, right? That what is it what tells you that even if tukikutoa wewe si niwe sizaka tuseme ndiye MP nikuje 2027 tumesema Gim lazima atoke tukutoe, what do we do? What do we do, or how do we know that hata yeye hatafanya the same thing? Because this cry of corruption has been there for a very long time. They've always been crying, oh, the government is corrupt. And it's not even just in Kenya. It's worldwide. So what do we need to do? How do we go to a place where even our leaders, we know our leaders are faithful? How do we go to a place that we know that when we put you there, you are going to serve? Because the call is to serve, is not to flaunt your wealth, as you were saying earlier. It's to serve the people of the country.
Yes.
So how do we get to that place? And is it possible?
For me, I would say yes. By mindset transformation and people stopping bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that you mentioned it, I've been waiting all day for you to mention it. I didn't. I want you to elaborate to us, because the viewers at home will ask me, and then they'll ask me later.
Yes.
What is bullshit? What is bullshit? I need to understand, and I need all of us to understand what is bullshit.